So this story has more to do with probably multiple chapters in my book instead of one particular question, which was given to me about what are other ways we can learn to ask. This has to do with really working and asking and being diligent and persistent. So maybe the story I'm about to share covers a lot of my chapters in my book, but when I was young, 14 and 15, I would go with my dad and he would look for real estate investments. And in those days, there were no cell phones, there was nothing that was digital, no internet. And so he taught me how to count houses over on streets so that I could take that information to the county courthouse and look up plat numbers. You know, these plats of property that would say that house at such and such address is 4 houses over from this other street and 2 houses over from this street. And so I learned to do those things. And when I turned 16 years of age, he would send me in my own car to go look for properties. And I would drive around and I'd find distressed properties or houses that had been burned in whatever fashion that was distressed. And then I would write that information down. I'd go to the county courthouse. I'd go down to the basement, open up these old plats to gather information about those homes. And really it was just finding the right house on the plat that would give me tax information. Then I would go to the tax office and look up the information of the person who owned the property. And I'd take all this information back to my dad. And then he would call these individuals. I might give him 20 properties and he might buy one of those properties. And when he purchased the property, he'd write me a check for $250. And so being 16 years of age in the 80s and going through all that work, that was a big deal, but it taught me to interact with people, to do some research, to do the work, and be willing to work hard, even though that I wouldn't win 100% of the time. And so if we're gonna earn the right in anything that we're doing in our businesses or in our communication with others, we have to be willing to do the work, we have to be willing to ask, to research, and be persistent in all that we're doing.